ليكن يومك للشعب ودادا ليكن حبك للأرض مداد قلم أنت فكم عبرت عنها وبنيت المجد أطوادا شداد أنت يا ملهم الشعب.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome all of us again. Let's talk about intoxicants. Let's start with alcohol. I have heard many Muslims say that I don't drink alcohol, but except occasionally, just once in a while. Maybe just one cup or two, just once in a while when we have special occasions. Many Muslims have said this that I've heard. But should a Muslim be an occasional drinker at all? This is what we're talking about today. But not just alcohol. Intoxicants, of course, we know, substances that people use today, especially among youth. There's one they call loud. I don't know what it looks like. I've heard people talk about loud a lot. Colorado, maybe it's because of the color, I don't know, but I've heard people talk about it. There are other ones, Indian hemp, of course, I know about Indian hemp. And a lot of other things that people, use today to give themselves a kind of ecstasy, to get a kind of kind of highness when they take them. All of these things fall within the category of alcohol or intoxicants, al-khamru, as far as Islam is concerned. So can a Muslim take these substances just once in a while? And then it says that I'm an occasional drinker, occasional smoker. Yeah, shisha is also part of them. Of course, shisha is part of them, and all other things in that category. And I've also said I'm an occasional, smoker, an occasional drinker, an occasional substance user, and things like that. All of these things fall within the same category. And like the verse we are looking at again today is that same verse that says in Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 90, that Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you believers, innamal khamru wal maisir wal ansab wal azlam rijzun min amal shaitan fajtanibu la'allakum tuflihun. That, oh, you have believed, indeed intoxicants, gambling, sacrificing on stone altars to other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and divining by arrows about defilement from the work of shaitan. So avoid it so that you may be successful. Okay, so that you may be successful. So all of these things again are in the same category: gambling, intoxicants, divination by whatever means, and sacrificing to others beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're all within the same category. So a Muslim does not have any reason at any point in time to say that I am an occasional drinker. A Muslim should never be an occasional drinker. And on this note, let me tell us a very short story. It's the story of the man, a righteous man who lived in the time before the Muslims. The man was a very righteous man, and this story is narrated from the hadith of Abu Bakr bin Abdul Rahman bin al-Harith. And according to that hadith, he said, I heard Uthman, may Allah be pleased with him, say that avoid khamru, avoid intoxicant, for it is the mother of all evils. There was a man among those who came before you Muslims, who was a devoted worshipper of God. Then an immoral woman fell in love with him. A woman who was a prostitute fell in love with that man. So this woman invited the man to her home, and this woman had a little baby with her. So when she invited the man to her home, what was she proposing to the man? So we said that an Umar woman fell in love with him. She sent a slave girl to him. We are calling you to bear witness, to guide us to bear witness that Allah is one, to guide us to say our shahada. But when the man arrived, the woman said, I have not called you. So because the man went, this righteous man went, he responded to the call because he felt he was being called to come and guide him to shahada. But when he arrived, the woman said, I have not invited you to come and do any shahada here. I've invited you to do one of three things. He said, number one, you have to commit illegal sexual intercourse with me, illicit sexual intercourse with me. Number two, you have to kill this baby. Number three, you have to take alcohol. You have the right to choose any one of them that you want. Any one of these three. Then the man, look at all of these three. He said, what do I do? Okay, the man said, you have to kill the boy, you have to commit sexual intercourse with me, or you have to drink the alcohol. The man said, okay, among all of these three things that she's demanding, I think taking alcohol is a list of all of the sins. Is of all of them. And the man said, okay, pour me a cup of wine. So the man took a cup of wine. Because someone would ask that, why didn't he just run away? When the slave girl invited the man and the man came inside, he was going through one door to another, and every door he enters, the door is shut and locked from behind, which means he would never have a chance to escape. And when you are plotted against, when one plots against you, who is going to help you? May Allah protect us. So all the doors have been locked, about 3 doors have been locked, and this one was just alone with the woman. So okay, I know. Now there's nowhere for me to run. Let me take the cup of wine, and then after that I can be free. Then the man took 1 cup of wine. Having tasted the wine, he said, this is sweet. Can I have 1 more cup? And he continued to take cups of wine until he became intoxicated. When he became intoxicated, he did everything that the woman had invited him to do. Committed illicit sexual intercourse with the woman, killed the baby, and even committed act of shirk. And within just a very short period of time, as a result of that intoxicant, he did everything that he normally would never do. He committed the highest forms of sins as a result of that alcohol. So this to tell us that as Muslims, believers in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, anything that could hinder our mind, that could hinder our thinking process, we must avoid it. Whether it is by eating it, or by drinking it, or by smoking it, intoxicant, whether it is alcohol, whatever it is entirely haram for Muslims. Muslims cannot be occasional drinker. A Muslim cannot be an occasional drinker. A Muslim cannot be an occasional smoker. A Muslim cannot be an occasional user of substance. Oh, I'm depressed. Let me just take some alcohol. Let me just take some substance to feel some kind of ecstasy. A Muslim can never and should never be that way. A Muslim simply must never drink. Al-khamru, intoxicant, whether it is small or large, is not for a Muslim. Some person might say that, I'm already so engrossed, I'm already so, attached, so addicted to it. I cannot wean myself away from it. The scholar have said that the soul of a man is like a child. If you neglect it and you continue to give whatever it demands of you, it will grow up loving to be, to be breasted unstopped, to be given whatever it desires unstopped. But if you wean that child of breastfeeding early, it will eventually yield. If you wean your soul, if you wean your soul and try to, teach yourself to abstain from these things that are haram, Allah will make it easy for you. We ask Allah to make it easy for everyone who is suffering from these things, to abstain from them. A lot of our youths are struggling with it. May Allah protect them. May Allah protect their minds and make it easy for them to abstain, and protect all of us and forgive our sins and iniquities, and make us true Muslims who listen and obey the best of the admonitions. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
جاي الأشتات أنت مذ عرفناك تحب القوم جمعا لا فرادا في خليج ومحيط عرفوا زايد ذاك الشهم من بالبذل ساد